LEGO just did something huge for their Ideas platform. The first 2025 LEGO Ideas review results have been announced, and out of the 57 projects, they have approved 6 new sets for some of the craziest license announcements in recent years for LEGO, where we're getting LEGO Power Rangers, LEGO Smurfs, even the potential of LEGO Daft Punk, because there was also 3 projects that were parking lotted, which means they have potential to be approved for later reviews. Those 6 sets might come in 2026 or 2027. We are getting LEGO Power Rangers. This is absolutely mind-blowing. In all my years of doing a LEGO YouTube channel, I've heard so many requests for LEGO Power Rangers, and it's actually happening. This is a build based straight off of the original 90s TV show for Power Rangers, so you have all of those classic outfits, which I'm sure the official set will give us new helmet pieces for each, but we just have printed LEGO minifigure head pieces for all of them, and it already looks great in my opinion. With this announcement, I'm sure this means that LEGO Fortnite will finally get the Power Ranger variants in minifigure form for that game. This is awesome because the Megazord itself splits into 5 separate Zords, which are the Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-toothed Tiger, and Tyrannosaurus. I can't wait to see how this set officially turns out. Nearly 10 years ago, we got the LEGO Ideas Voltron set, which had no minifigures in it, so it's cool to see that this Megazord will actually have the Power Rangers in it. And this is something that I remember back in like 2017, there was a fake leak for the Power Rangers movie getting sets, so it's kind of awesome to see this license actually come to fruition. Now, Power Rangers is owned by Hasbro, so this is going to be another LEGO Hasbro collab, which we've seen even within the LEGO Ideas theme with the D&D releases. Next, we're going to be getting a LEGO Smurf set, which is insane. LEGO Smurfs actually being a real thing, because this is another license that I've heard pitched around for years, because it's one of those evergreen comic licenses that has just stuck around in many different variants, whether it be TV shows, movies. We just got a movie last summer, which was apparently terrible. If you're new to all this, keep in mind that all of the builds I'll be showing in this video for these 9 projects are not the final sets. They're the original project submissions, so they are subject to change. But yeah, this project submissions build has a mushroom village for the Smurfs. Aside from LEGO Mario, I instantly think of the Bricklink Design Program 2 Mushroom House sets. So it does have some overlap there, but the minifigures for this is going to be something that sells these sets. And I'm interested to see if they'll stick with just regular minifigure heads, because you do have that perfect hat piece, or if they'll give us molded heads. You can see that there's a plethora of iconic characters in here. I mean, the project had a ton of minifigures. And much like how we got the Gremlins Gizmo set very recently, we're getting a Buildable E.T set, which was a license that we got only in minifigure form and I guess micro build form with a LEGO Dimensions pack. I think this is such an interesting build for a character who's very distinct in his extraterrestrial look compared to other pop culture extraterrestrials. I'm wondering how well this will sell, because Gizmo is adorable, E.T. is not adorable, and I feel like this might be something that's a little bit too creepy for a lot of people to buy. But I don't know. I mean, E.T. merch sold like hotcakes in the 80s, so who am I to say? I wonder if they'll throw in a minifigure, but I highly doubt it if the Gizmo set didn't have a minifigure. But dang it, that LEGO Dimensions E.T. minifigure is one of my favorite minifigures of all time. And the last of the licensed sets that were announced today, we're getting a set based off of the Downton Abbey TV show, which is something that I kind of thought was already approved in a previous LEGO Ideas review. My bad. I really don't care for this TV series at all. This is another one that was parking lotted and confirmed in this specific review. I like the design of the castle here. I mean, this is something that could potentially be sold to me if the final build keeps up this look. I mean, it's giving me kind of Lockwood Mansion vibes, where it is this facade of such a grand building. But there's lots of nice rooms captured in here, and I'm sure all the minifigures will have super detailed flesh faces and new torso prints and everything. If it's a good enough price, I might look into buying this. One of the most surprising announcements is that we're getting a set based off of the Ramen project. A LEGO Ramen Ideas set is pretty unbelievable because we haven't gotten Lego sets based off of edible like dishes and things like that in this large scale. Very few I can think of. I mean, like there was a chocolate bar character in the Lego Movie 2. There was a buildable poison apple, if you want to count that. But this is really new territory for Lego, and I am so down for this. I mean, look, I love food. You all know that if you know the expanded Just 2 universe. The build for this, capturing a ramen bowl, is just insane. I have no idea if Lego is actually going to do this build of all of these Lego minifigure hands for the noodles. I love how the eggs are captured, which the yolks use, what is that, like the occasional face, but usually used for like shins and shoulders for those buildable figures. There's a plethora of different mushroom builds in here, whether it be traditional dish pieces or even a bowler cap being used. That is insane. I love this prawn right here. This is one of the most interesting Lego Ideas projects. And again, it's something that I would have never expected Lego to actually do. And I'm wondering if in the future that means we'll get icons, food sets. I am all in for this. Just in time for Day of the Dead, we have the announcement that we're getting a La Catrina set. This is something that we did get as a brickhead set a couple years back, but this is a full buildable figure. This is not a set for me, but I appreciate it. Lego is doing more Day of the Dead sets. I mean, I really like that shrine set that we got this year. And this is something that also has just a very impressive build, especially with that skeleton base, as well as just the shaping for brick building that dress. Now, there's actually an alternate build for a separate dress, and I like how they give us that option. I wouldn't buy this because I don't have any space to display it, and I don't celebrate the holiday in particular. I like what's going on here, even if it's one that I could skip. Now we have 3 projects that might become sets, but they're going to be pushed to the next review. And keep in mind they have a high likelihood of becoming sets, as we saw with the Downton Abbey set being confirmed for this review. First of which is Daft Punk, and this is something I've wanted for so long, and we've had previous projects for Daft Punk get to the review phase for Lego Ideas just to be denied. I love so many Daft Punk tracks, and this is not only just a cool concert build, which we don't really see too many Lego concert sets nowadays, but this is something that has like a whole light up feature that rules. The minifigures for these two will be insane with the specialized helmets. And if anything gives me hope for this being made even more than it just being parking lotted, is that these two appeared in the piece by piece Pharrell Williams Lego movie. So we already kind of have an official Lego Daft Punk project out there, but that was a movie. This is an actual set. I'm so glad that this might be made. We'll just have to wait till the next review, which, does the next review have a lot of sets. A Golden Girls Ideas project was also parking lotted, which is interesting. I mean, I thought they were kind of done with these sitcom sets. The last one we got was The Office. The design for this is a pretty cool looking kitchen. I've never really watched the show, but a detailed kitchen could win me over. I always see Golden Girls merch at places like Barnes & Noble, and I could totally see this being a hot seller with a different demographic than those who would usually buy Lego sets, and that's what something like the Lego Friends set was so successful with, where it brought in a lot of new Lego fans. And the last set to be parking lotted is the Old Man in the Sea project, which is based off of the Ernest Hemingway novella. This is something that takes the book idea and has their own interpretation from the person who made the project. Damn, did they do a lovely job. Like, this looks incredible for the scene that they set up here. Love that big fish. This is something that really stands on its own if you don't care about Old Man in the Sea. Like, I haven't read that book and I really should. But this would just make a lovely display piece. And I like how you could even swap out with the title, like a specific quote from the novella. Awesome, awesome stuff. I would be happy with any of these 3 being made. I mean, I mostly want Daft Punk to be made, but them all being parking lotted gives them such a huge chance for actually becoming sets. We'll have to wait and see for the next review period, though there is also a chance that they could be pushed to the following review period. And with them choosing 6 projects in this review period, it burns less that they didn't choose Appa for the billionth time, or skipped over the Pizza Planet truck, or the Fresh Prince set, or even that cool cuckoo clock. I'm satisfied with the results for once. And yeah, that next review period, as I briefly touched on, has 146 projects. It's the second LEGO Ideas 2025 review phase. We'll see results for that in early 2026. If this review of 57 projects warranted a total of 6 sets, what is that going to warrant? Like 18 LEGO Ideas set announcements? It's going to be insane, and there's so many potential sets for them to make there. I did a whole, hour-long video on that review phase. Go check that out. And let me know, out of all these announcements, which one's your favorite. Subscribe here for more LEGO news and commentary. Seriously, you liking, commenting, and subscribing means so much to me. And I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.